The Batman. We are here talking about a man dressing like a bat, but he's also a man. He runs around the streets of Gotham, and he fights people. That's what he does because he's Batman. Obviously, The Batman, been one of the big ones this year. Finally comes out. What did I think about it? It's fantastic. I really love this movie. It's not a perfect film. It's got some minor problems, nothing amazing, but it's still got some little chinks in his bat armor. It's a little long. It definitely is. Although, for me, I was engrossed mostly in it. Nothing ever took me out of the film, but I can see I didn't feel the length until maybe like the last couple minutes. There's some plot choices, nothing major, but plot choices where I'm like, okay. Sorry, I got a text from someone. Yeah, it's got some minor plot issues I had things with, but nothing major. But overall, like this, I've heard it put this way, and it's a great way to say it. Not a perfect movie, not even a perfect comic book movie, but a near perfect Batman movie. This feels like the film we kind of all wanted for the last, like when Ben Affleck came. We'll never get Ben Affleck's Batman. It sucks, but whatever. But this feels like the kind of Batman we were hoping for with like Ben Affleck. Gritty, noir, detective movie. We finally see the great detective. It's visceral. It's very realistic. Not even really. It feels like Gotham feels like a living, breathing city. When I say realistic, it feels like this could happen. This might be in the real world. All of Batman's tech is very real world applicable when you actually see how it's used. That's another thing that I was thinking of when I was watching the film. I overall actually really like the Batsuit in this film, but, and this is just my little quibble, I'm used to, and I really like a Batsuit where the wearer, where Batman can actually like cloak his entire body and look like this shrouded demon in the night as he's walking towards us. That's the kind of Batsuit I like. This Batsuit doesn't really do that. It does have a function with the cape. The cape does something other than just being a durable piece of cloth they can use in combat and just look intimidating. But I kind of missed the hiding. Bales did it. Keaton's did it. Admittedly, we never saw that with Ben Affleck's. I think Ben Affleck's wasn't capable of doing that either. I don't think. But we never saw him try to do that, so maybe it could have. I don't know. That's my other quibble. But Robert Pattinson, man, the dude sells broken. He sells damaged, unstable, and depressed extremely well. And as a young Bruce Wayne just starting out, that is kind of what you want to sell a little bit. Like, but they do not hide the fact that Bruce Wayne is a very broken, damaged individual in this film. So I heard someone say, he never smiles. He's got one or two moments where he smirks or grins. That's it. And it's not even like a aha. It's more like a like it's like that. But no, this is a very depressed. This is an angry Batman. People talk. I've heard people say it's like Ben Affleck's captured the rage of the Bat, and it captured a grizzled, old, veteran Batman who was just angry, but learned to at least control it to some degree. This is an unhinged, mean, and brutal Batman. I loved every moment of it. Going by the action scenes are fantastic. That scene in the trailer you see where he's chasing Penguin. Yeah, we all knew he was coming out of the fire. It's like, I got you. It's like, we all know he was coming out because we seen the trailer. But watching it on the big screen, you're like, I'm just giggling in my seat, like, the more minor supporting characters. I mean, Andy Serkis' Alfred was great. I really liked Turturro as Falcone. Man sold kind of like creepy, intimidating very well. Selena Kyle and Penguin are in the movie, definitely. And Selena's a bit more of she's a major side character. She's not a main character, but she is a major side character. Oswald, not so much, but he's throughout the movie, he's throughout the film, and we're getting apparently a spin-off series with him. And both these actors do great. I was with my friend, and she's like, she's really thin. I'm like, yeah, she is, but she's also in really good shape too. They really sell like the chemistry between Batman and Catwoman. Like there is a sexual tension between them, and it's clear that there is a attraction on both sides of the fence in this. Despite how Batman and Bruce are, it's clear he finds her interesting and attractive, and he cares about her. But it's also fighting his other needs to be Batman and try to protect. You see Batman really lost in the beginning of the film, and it's kind of by the end of the film we see him in a different place. But then we got to end with Paul Dano as the Riddler, man. Paul Dano. You cannot tell me he took some notes from Heath Ledger. You cannot tell me him and Matt Reeves took some notes from The Dark Knight and Heath Ledger. Because his Riddler is menacing, creepy, entertaining, a little bit funny, but messed up, man. Messed up. And I kind of agree with some people. I kind of wish he didn't have the mask on as much, but I do understand the mask. I do understand it. Man, when we get moments with him, there are moments where you just go, oh, oh, like that. I was like, dear God, oh my. I don't want to say it's better than Heath Ledger's Joker, because that's way too early to say. But it's a contender. It can give him a run for his money. It can definitely go toe to toe in terms of like cinematic Batman villains with that. So yeah, and I will say this. No, this is not a real spoiler or anything like that per se. You don't have to stay to the end credits, but there is some setup for where a sequel can go. So we'll see how well this movie does. My guess is it's going to do just fine given our crowd. It was not a full screening, but we were in like the expensive. I have a Cinemark, so we had the XD screening, and it was like 2/3 full. So imagine what the other screens were like. Either way, anyway, I loved this film. My minor quibbles aside, that's all they are. They're quibbles. I loved this film. But have you seen it yet? Let me know what you think. Ooh, excuse me, got the hiccups. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed.